Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Astro Tarot reading, and excuse my voice, it's a little bit raspy this morning. I'm not sure why, but anyway. So this is for the week of the 19th of February through to the 25th of February. I'm using the cards from the Golden Universal Tarot for this reading this week. And I'm also going to use just one card actually from the Wisdom of the Oracle as well. And before I do that, as always, I'm just going to shuffle the cards as I talk about what I see with the astrology for the week. So this week we have so much energy in watery, sensitive, psychic Pisces. So very creative energy. If you're a creative person, it's a very good week. And, you know, for a lot of people, it's kind of a bit of a sort of slower moving energy, even though we do have Mars still in Sagittarius, which is kind of helping us to sort of, you know, keep the motivation going, because all this Pisces energy can make you feel like retreating your energy, pulling energy back into yourself. As I said last week, some people with a lot of Pisces energy, when this sort of energy is around, want to socialize more and reach out to others, but other people will want to pull their energy back to themselves. The Sun just moved into Pisces this week, so happy birthday to all the Pisces Sun people out there. And Mercury has also just moved into Pisces as well. Unfortunately, Mercury is not so well placed in the sign of Pisces. So we can feel some confusion. We can feel some mental difficulties or mental slowness, or just uncertainty on the mind level. Okay, so, you know, on the positive, it can make you get more in touch with your intuitive side rather than the logical mind, because Mercury is very much a logical sort of energy that's ruled by, well, it rules the signs Virgo and Gemini, which are very dry, analytical, you know, type of energies. So with Mercury, the sign that rules communication and thinking and speech, in a very emotional sign like Pisces, it can make thinking a little bit different, a little bit slower, a little bit more intuitive though, so that's a good thing. And you can definitely do things like, more so now, like meditation that you might have put off before, because with Mercury in Pisces, it's actually easier to meditate at this time because the mind slows down. Okay, so Mercury will be in Pisces until March 7th. And so during this time, I recommend tapping into your creativity, you know, listening to your instincts more, your intuition, connecting with, you know, with the divine, higher energies, prayer work and all that sort of stuff is very powerful actually now. It's just that for logical work and, you know, the usual left brain stuff, it's a little bit more difficult now, that's all. Venus is still in Pisces, and it will be until April 24th. So, yeah, love energy is, you know, a real focus now, and compassion with all this Pisces energy, psychic abilities, development of your psychic abilities and things like that. Mars, as I said, is still in Sagittarius, and that's actually making a square with Neptune still. So that can also cause some confusion. For some people, confusion of direction in your life, like you might have ideas that are creative, but how do I implement that into reality? Negotiations can be difficult at this time in terms of pushing forward on your life path and what you want. Can be a little bit challenging right now. But those were the main influences in a general sense for the astrology this week, in a very general sense, okay? But you might feel this energy also as just feeling a bit more fatigued than usual, a little bit more scattered. You can also be more sensitive to other people's energy at this time with Sun in Pisces especially. Alright, so I'm going to pull some cards for everybody and just take a look at the week ahead and see what the energies are. If you'd like a personal reading with me, turnaround time at the moment is still around 7 to 14 business days, because I'm still very, very busy. But happy to read for you, especially, you know, if you haven't had a reading before. You can try something like a mini reading. I have readings starting from around $20 if you want to try like a one card mini, you know, 10-minute video reading, that just to get a sort of a feel for the style of my, you know, my readings and that sort of thing. Alright, so I'm just going to tune in and see where I'm drawn for this week with all this Pisces energy. Okay. Alright, so Oh, wow. Okay. The Hanged Man. Interesting. So that's the Neptune card, which relates to Pisces. How about that? Okay. The King of Pentacles. Oh, and the Emperor. Okay, interesting. So there's a lot of energy here relating to dealing with men and males and masculine themes. This is so interesting. Let's come up with all the Pisces energy and the Sun moving into Pisces, since it's the card that, you know, as I said, it's the Neptune card. Neptune in astrology rules the sign of Pisces. So it's about going with the flow at this time, which again is great advice for all this Pisces energy. You know, we may feel more tired. We may feel that we need to sort of pull that energy back to ourselves, and that's okay. You know, go with that. Go with your intuition. Listen to your instincts at this time. Do not try to force situations right now, okay? It's almost like if you try to force things, especially with that Mars square Neptune right now, it can just feel very uncomfortable and feel like you're sort of banging your head against the wall, so to speak. So the advice this week is take things in your stride. Try not to take things too personally, because people might be feeling a little bit kooky at the moment with all that Pisces energy, or a little bit wishy-washy, or a little bit just not quite themselves and a bit sort of scattered. So, and it's about feeling more sensitive and tuning into yourself, taking time out. Doing meditation also can come up with this card, and self-reflection basically. So yeah. The King of Pentacles is interesting. So it talks about dealing with situations related to leadership in money, dealing with a boss perhaps this week. So for some people there might be having like a performance review, or if you have your own business, you might be reviewing your own business in terms of the financial aspect, or things to do with taxes even. Probably not the best week to be doing that unless you absolutely have to, because of all the Pisces energy can cause confusion. But there is a focus on material abundance. I'm also getting, for some people, this is about manifestation. So what you want to manifest in the material realm and working on that somehow, in whatever way. Some people do vision boards, some people, you know, pray about it. Some people, you know, it's about sort of, with this card as well, it's about sort of releasing worries about money. That's another meaning that I'm getting with that. So releasing worries about money and abundance, and having more faith in your life and letting things flow more naturally this week rather than forcing things. It's just not the best week to push too hard for anything, unless, you know, you feel intuitively guided to push. But, you know, if you feel like you're pushing too hard and it's not working, it's a message to you to kind of slow down a little bit this week. Also can be a message here about a father figure, okay? So for some people there may be an issue with a father figure. You know, for some people it could be a father figure needs to slow down, or is having a health issue and they're having to self-reflect. There's a strong fatherly energy and a dominant male energy here. So with the Emperor card, that's very interesting next to the King of Pentacles, because it's like double masculine energy here. So it could be, you know, on a global level, it could be something about politics that's really comes to people's attention, like globally, like whether it's to do with something going on in the USA, things that you hear about like in global news, to do with political figures as well, that can sometimes come up. And the Hangman can sort of bring a bit of a standstill to some kind of issue related to politics. I want to say I don't usually bring up things like that, but that's just what I'm reading in the cards. Another aspect of this is something to do with the divine masculine energy. So it can be collectively that the divine masculine energies are going through a real shift at this time, and specifically this week for some reason. All the Pisces energy can really soften down that masculine energy. So that could be also something about opening up, if you're a male, to do with opening up your more sensitive side of yourself, you know, your creative aspect of your personality. If you are a creative male, this is speaking directly to you about doing something creative this week, or having a creative focus this week as well, but also something about abundance connected to that. All right, so I'm just going to see if there's any last messages coming through. I'm just really focused on this one right now. It's in astrology, it's the Aries energy, and interestingly, I think the moon right now is pretty sure it's in Aries right at this time. Yeah, so the moon is in Aries right now. It's interesting that's come up right now. So there could be something to do with a male in the family that you're either thinking of or that you have contact with, whether it's on the telephone or in person. at some point this week, whether it's a father figure, a grandfather, or even connecting with that energy spiritually. Again, with all that Pisces energy, we can be connecting with our ancestors in spirit, and for some people you may be connecting with deceased loved ones that are, you know, male people that you've known. Alright, so those are the messages. Interesting, lots of different messages this week. And I'm just going to get one card from the Wisdom Oracle. It'll be interesting to see what comes through here. I'm just wondering, and comment below if you've been feeling a little bit more tired or foggy or mentally scattered with all this Pisces energy since the Sun just moved into Pisces, and Mercury did as well. So let me know if you've been feeling more psychic or more tired, fatigued, or, you know, things like that. Alright, there's something over here that I want to pull out. Yes, that one. Oh wow, that's so appropriate. Love that. Okay, so it says between worlds. Okay. This is possibly why people feel more fatigued when there's a strong Pisces, Neptune influence going on, is because the veil thins between the worlds when there's so much Pisces energy. You can be picking up on, you know, things going on in your current reality with other people's energies, and you can also be picking up on things to do with spirit and the other side. And it's a 3 here, so that talks about communication and communication with the other side. So whether you're connecting with deceased loved ones, with your ancestors, or you just feel more spiritually attuned, you feel more compassion in your heart, you feel more loving, you feel more creative. These energies are higher frequency energies that are coming in at this time because of all the Pisces energy. So that's just a validation about, you know, tapping into that. And if you feel a bit off physically, it can be because you're adjusting to these energies at this time. That's all for this week, and I hope that everyone has a beautiful week. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.